Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Craft Gaming here. I'm back at you with another Minecraft SMP. Now, I am here joined with Nate
Hi, I'm all the way in the nether.
and Sam Doe, wherever he is. He's here, he's just not talking.
Yeah, hi.
For those of you who saw last episode, you should probably know what's going on. It's just a continuation.
You already know what's happening.
I was added to the series due to my chaos.
You're added because you asked to be added.
Also that too.
Why did you pronounce it like that?
You know, I don't, it just kind of came out of my mouth.
A lot of things do.
It's like, yeah, fair. It was like the frog that, you know, that's not, I was gonna say it's like a frog that you put in your mouth that just kind of jumps out. But
Yeah, no.
Sam, you are scaring me today.
all right, listen, I've drank nothing but like gamer subs and coffee.
That makes
I'm running off of fumes, bud. I appreciate the silence after that.
Yep. I'll let you just adjust to that.
Never mind. You good, Nathan?
No.
Why would he make that sound otherwise?
Well, one does not usually make a muscle man scream for no reason. You cut out so bad. Muscle man, but he's a robot. Go.
Ow, that magma cube. You're not even a cube. You're a no, yeah, you're cube.
No, yeah, you're cute.
So,
What's I?
as we're all doing different things, how about we do a story time?
Oh.
And
have
since
mine.
people seem to like D&D, let's go with the theme of D&D stuff. Shenanigans that has gone on. What are some of the best moments you can think of in any of our campaigns that we've run?
There is one. There's one guy that we haven't actually had on the server yet, but how he earned the name Snowflake in that one campaign.
Yes.
Yes.
This was the first ever campaign that we ever run. I was the dungeon master, and this is my first time ever doing this. This is the first time two of these people have ever played. This is about the second time I have ever played D&D. Period. So I was like, you know what? I'll be the dungeon master. How hard could it be? It's actually very hard, but if you know what you're doing, it's not that hard. And we're at the first dungeon. It takes place in Skyrim. They have this whole Skyrim way of leveling up and a system that I was using.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is a Khajiit. That'd be Nate. A Khajiit thief. Sam was a Nord warrior fighter. I don't remember exact class you chose.
Yeah, I don't remember. I want to say warrior.
Yeah, it was warrior.
It was a type
Which
of
I
warrior.
butchered.
And
He was
a necromancer that was a Argonian. That's what I was looking for.
Yep.
And this is our third party member. He may join us at some point on this SMP. We're not sure.
He just lurks in the shadows, so eventually he'll come around.
Yes. And they're going through this dungeon. Now they've come across some Draugr. They had taken care of them rather easily. Those like some of the lowest level enemies that I could really throw at them. And then they get to a fairly hard enemy to fight that had a frost attack. This guy could not hit anything.
Oh my god.
This poor Draugr kept throwing just so many balls of ice at these people to try and hit them with frostbite. And eventually he did hit the necromancer. And in one fell hit, knocked the guy unconscious. Now, to be honest, the Necromancer had taken damage before from a different Draugr. And he was hit with a snowball and knocked unconscious. Thus, he gained the name Snowflake. Now, Nate here was the one that gave the nickname.
And he still hates it.
And every time frost damage comes up in any type of game or campaign after, it always gets brought up and we all have a good laugh. And also...
No!
Oh.
No.
Well, I'm about to burn it up.
That's wonderful.
Never mind. Oh my god.
You know, I don't think I've burned to death yet on camera.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my god.
You good?
I lost a lot of experience. That's gonna take a while to get back.
I never ever get above the 2 on my experience.
I'm at 13.
I had 24 levels, now I've got 7.
There's still some experience at your death site.
Huh?
When
The
you die,
best
you
I
drop
can do
experience.
is 5.
As far as I thought you did. I might be wrong. But also being called Snowflake came back to bite some of our players later in the end. A certain Khajiit, as they're climbing up a mountain, High Hrothgar, and one of them kind of got cold.
A little
The
bit.
Khajiit. There is a lot that we're missing in this campaign. There's a whole another slew of stories, and I wish we originally intended to record it, but we never actually did it.
Right.
But there are so many instances that I remember laughing. I just can't remember the stories behind them anymore.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
terrible memory.
But that's the beauty of D&D, though, with us, at least.
We don't know exactly what we did, we just know it was funny.
Oh, yeah.
And for those of you who follow Nate on TikTok, eventually we're going to be doing a live. Hopefully, you guys will try Saturday?
Actually, I'm down.
There's work call that Saturday, but
Yeah.
after work call I'd love to.
Okay.
I'm
So
down.
it'll be around 6.
Sure.
And I'll get a other player caught up and all that. But yeah,
Right.
over on Nate's
that's gonna be the-
TikTok.
That's gonna be Elton's campaign, or is that gonna be a different campaign?
Let's just go with skeletons.
Right.
But,
Wait,
yeah.
wait, hold on. Sorry, were you there whenever Sam and I were making the joke about Comic Sans?
Oh.
I don't think so.
I don't think he was. Okay, so the story behind it goes, me and Nate, we were talking about how his catchphrase is "have a good," and I want to say that was around the time, and I was thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna start saying "have a day" after you say "have a good,"
Yeah.
and in my head, I just blurted out, yo, you could sell "have a good" on merch, on like a t-shirt, and then it just devolved into "have a good" but written in Comic Sans.
And then I just
Yes.
needed a refresher on what Comic Sans looked like, and so I went to like the skeleton campaign intro that I have planned out, and I just like changed the font to Comic Sans. And then I was like, okay, actually, let me just read out what this says, just so you know what it looks like.
Yeah, we're pretty insufferable. I don't know why Taylor puts up with us.
No, it's we're pretty okay on our own. It's just whenever you put us in the same 3 or more of us in the same room, because whenever we get really stupid and one of us has to tolerate the other one.
Yeah.
I feel like it's also whenever Sam gets thrown in the mix.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm Chaos Incarnate.
Yeah.
Your name's Carnate.
Yeah. First name Chaos, middle name In, last name Carnate.
That's a great way to break the silence. If there's ever awkward silence, just start clapping.
What's some other D&D stories that you guys can remember?
I mean, there's one that keeps on popping up in my head, but it's not really a funny one. It's the one where I like got really into character and all dramatic and everything. Like,
Actually, I like it when you get into character and you get really serious. I like it.
yeah, like that was cool and all, but it's not like really a funny one.
Eh. Most of the ones I'm coming up with are like not super appropriate, which is also a beauty of D&D.
There's all.
Oh,
I mean, yeah.
but I do remember one that is appropriate.
Uh-oh.
All right.
It was in me and Taylor's first campaign. The very first. The same one where Laz came from.
Uh-oh.
And so we start off in the tavern. Very, very just like that's how every D&D game goes. So we start off in the tavern. And so our DM is like, all right, so do any of you know each other or stuff like that? And so me and Taylor, we gravitate towards each other like normal. And we're like, yeah, we know each other. Our characters know each other. I don't remember the exact reason we said that why we know each other, but we just knew each other.
We worked in a caravan together, I believe, is the story.
That sounds familiar. I think that's probably it. But essentially, we were going through with our first campaign, and then I get the idea to add some character flaw.
Uh-oh.
And my human bard, whose name was Rokas Rimwarp, who I made an entire family around, all of a sudden extremely hates the cold.
Okay.
I remember this story.
So anytime our DM was like, yeah, no, it's pretty cold, I immediately, if I can, jump into Laz's arms. And I go, cold!
For reference, Laz is a... How tall is he? 6'5"?
Around.
He's a tiefling from... Yeah.
He's
Sorry.
a tiefling with horns like a longhorn, so they come out the side of his head and then stick up. And yeah, he was definitely not a touchy kind of person necessarily. And everyone in the party would always say, "Ooh, is Laz and Rokas getting it together?" And we would constantly have to say no.
Oh yeah.
But it just went on, and Rokas over here never really helped in that situation at all.
Yeah, it just kind of continued.
That's great.
So, yeah. And that was the first ever time I can remember playing D&D.
Nice.
Same here.
Earliest time I had ever. Okay, you guys remember like work call in theater, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you guys? Okay, I don't think you'll remember this guy, but Taylor, do you remember John from work call?
Yes.
I remember John.
Okay, cool. I didn't know. I knew that guy, but I didn't realize I knew that guy. And now that I remember that I know him, he's gone from the theater, and I'm really sad about that. Anyways, he taught me karate when I was younger. He dated my sister, and he was the first person who dungeon mastered for me.
A very interesting string of things he's done with you. Or two,
Yes. Right. I can't believe he dated my sister. I can't believe he's done that to me. But no, yeah. Because I didn't really understand Dungeons and Dragons, I don't think there was any way to really teach me Dungeons and Dragons at that age. I was pretty dang young. They just had me be this barbarian fighter hybrid. Gord Nash, the half-orc guy, he was just very, very dumb. And, oh my gosh, I loved playing as him. He was fun. I think that's where I got my love for playing as a half-orc barbarian in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
The only real notable story that I had was somebody was like came up from the crowd to the party and was like, "Oh my gosh, I love you guys. Can I get your autographs?" And like the paper was passed around, and I told John, "Oh no, yeah, Grognak didn't sign it. He just drew a little flower." And then eventually it came around that happened. And he came back and was like, "Hey, can somebody give me his name? He drew a flower," and the whole party laughed. It was a good time.
Yeah.
I honestly thought you were gonna say like he said something along the lines of "What's an auto giraffe?"
Oh my gosh! If only I was smart enough to come up with that back in the day.
If only you were as punny.
Yeah, it's come a long way.
Oh yeah. Now both you and I are just slightly insufferable.
Nothing compared to what I could do back in the day.
Oh, do we want to talk about the pun wars between you and Violet?
Oh?
Probably not.
I'll
say that for another day. For those who don't know, Violet is referencing Spirit Violet, who is my girlfriend. That's at least her gamer tag.
She's also been on the server, but that was part of the lost episode.
Yes, that will never be returned because I actually permanently deleted it. There was literally no audio, so...
Yeah.
Why?
Alright.
You know, now that we're talking about it, the ZZZ is like a snoring noise, right?
It's generally associated with snoring, yeah.
What kind of noise would why be?
Yeah.
Both of those are very good answers. But I think my answer for the why would have to be, "Oh baby, a triple," because you know why ladder soul.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I feel the I know. It was bad. It was really bad. But do I regret it? Not one bit.
What's some other funny stories we could tell? Not just D&D, but also gaming in general.
Oh, I actually have another story. I have a story from theater, if I can share it.
Go ahead.
Ooh, go for it.
Taylor, you were a part of this. There was a production that we were doing, Harvey. It's like it's a fun production. But set crew had a lot of work to do because what the whole idea was, the stage was going to be a circle that we had to spin around so that it was actually 2 sets in one. But the downside of that is that we had to put platforms all over the stage, and so we had to move a lot of our platforms that we had in storage out of storage.
Oh, I know where this
is. And so it came down to 3 people, Taylor, me, and another guy that we were with at the time. He's really cool. And basically we would just waddle it out stage where it's like left, right, like we just back and forth.
Oh, I was there for that.
Okay, great. And then like it got to the point where we were getting ready to get the next one, and it's just like about 3 feet onto the storage thing, like off the ground. And so like Taylor and the other guy are just like, okay, are we ready? And I, without warning, just scream, left! And just moved 3 feet on my own. It's scaring the snot out of both of them, and most of the people.
Yep. No warning. We were we weren't even on the holding the platform, and we just hear this left, and it just moves towards us. I'm not a very tall man or a very big man. I am actually a skinny guy. So I was in fear for being crushed. Just a little bit.
Oh my gosh, I just realized both of you were pretty pencil neck guys, skinny guys.
Both me and the other guy were.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we are very strong.
Oh no,
There's
absolutely.
a lot of things that we've done to surprise others, but yeah, I remember that time. I wouldn't say that was a good time, but that was a time.
Yeah.
That was just a time.
That was my first ever time being in theater. That was my first ever theater production. Was Harvey.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's cool.
Yeah. I was gonna be in the musical Sweeney Todd, but then I just didn't sign up for it in time, at least. So yeah.
That's fair. I do remember being in Sweeney Todd as well. I was Adolfo Pirelli, the king of the barbers, the barber of kings. Buongiorno, good day.
I did go see that when you guys were putting it on. That's what got me into theater, really. That and Sam.
Nah. Me being Joannis Fogg.
Oh yeah, Fog.
Did I say that? Jonah? No, Jonas Fogg. I remember we did a meme about that. It was one time when we were bowling, and we were with our Lord and Savior at the time, and I want to say it was his idea, and he went Johannes Fogg and just put that on the nickname for the screen for when we were bowling, and it just kind of stuck. I feel like I've just said Johannes Fogg ever since.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Oh my gosh.
I still, to this day, when writing down my credits for things, I still like I'll write down Jonas Fogg, and I'll mess it up and write Johannes Fogg, and I'm just like, no.
Right.
Any director who sees that, it's gonna be like, who the heck is this Johannes Fogg?
Johannes Fog.
Johannes Fogg.
There's an enemy nearby. I'm just gonna say hi.
Actually, no, we don't need. We don't really
Picks
need
up a
to kill
dark
anyone.
block. You go have fun. Anyway, let's see some other fun moments.
I'm gonna stop telling stories for a little bit just because I've told a lot of stories. You guys need to get some in.
Ah.
I'm just trying to think of some.
I mean, with me being in New York, I could probably tell you a good couple of them.
Yeah. Ooh.
Have you run into a Rat King in New York?
What?
A Rat King. It's like one of those things of okay.
Oh, yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. No, I have not seen one. Would you like to explain what a Rat King is?
I don't really understand what a Rat King is, but like how it's been explained to me is like rats that get into a tight little space for like so long and like they keep on wriggling around, they just become one giant mass of rat, I guess.
One undulating mass of rat.
Okay, yeah.
That's kind of disgusting.
Very disgusting.
Rats are disgusting.
Well,
You put a,
free
you put a
ones
bunch of
are.
them together, you put a bunch of them together, they're not going to get much better.
One of the times that I can think of that was either a funny or good story time moment was, I think it was one of the first times we actually played Call of Duty Zombies together on Cold War.
Oh.
For those of you who haven't played it, it's very fun. I suggest it.
Yes.
It wasn't Nathan's first time, but it was. He was still fairly new with zombies.
I was like relatively inexperienced. Like, yeah.
And I am a very experienced zombies player. I've been playing zombies since Black Ops 1. I then went back and played World at War, but that's not where I started. And I've been playing it for as long as I could remember. So anyway, we're playing, and him and our other friend go down. It's up to me, because Sam, unfortunately, can't really play on his PlayStation because of reasons.
College reasons.
Yes, and I am nearly all the way across the map, and they both go down, right on top of each other. I make this a daring escape out of this little area that I was in, just because I was on my own. And I snake my way all the way around, killing zombies, and I get to them right before they die, reviving both of them. to this day, that's one of my more proud moments. Playing zombies. But that's one of the times. I may end up recording us playing zombies at some point. I'm not sure yet.
I think this is my first time having TNT in survival Minecraft.
Really?
Yeah, I've like never like gone out of my way to make TNT before.
I think at one point in me playing Minecraft, I eventually got to a point to where I just had so much gunpowder, and I just went, you know what? I'm gonna do something with this, and I made a mine where I solely used gunpowder. Like I solely used TNT.
That would require a lot of gunpowder.
Oh, I had a lot of gunpowder.
I just realized something that I have not made in literal years.
That is
a mob farm.
Oh.
Like just an AFK like mob farm. Like it drops. Oh my god. That didn't even register with me until just now. Sorry, that's probably not as big of a realization as it actually is, but oh my god.
Oh.
Let's see. And one of the servers we have that I run, it's a kind of faction-esque server, i.e. we all play it together, and it's not necessarily like we're fighting each other, but we're not allies either.
Right.
We're
The
just
constant threat of war is always looming.
Yes.
And there's
We have to
actually
trade with each other, and if someone approaches on your territory, you kind of have to get them to back off.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole secret base scandal where all the nether portals got linked one day.
No.
And yeah, that whole fiasco. But on that server, I actually have like 3 mob spawners underneath my base that I built. And it's probably one of the luckiest. Yeah, I had like 3, but I only made 1 into a farm.
Damn, all right.
And I had a zombie farm. But that's about the only mob farm that I made in vanilla Minecraft in a while.
Okay.
I play a lot of modded Minecraft.
Oh my gosh. Hold on, I'm getting up to my 3rd floor. I like to sleep where there's a breeze, so I go all the way to the top.
You like the fresh air.
Yeah.
I feel a draft.
Okay, I'm gonna. Do you guys mind if I hop into a single player world real quick just to figure out a layout for a mob farm? Because it's been a long time since I made one.
God, sure.
Well, actually, wait a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna end this episode, and then we can I'm gonna hop off this server.
All right.
We can just take a break from this. Let me finish, clean up my farm, and then I'll end the episode. If you guys want to come to my house real quick.
Oh, I'm coming.
Yeah. Tell Taylor and Sam I'm on my way.
And I'm loving every step I take. Okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah, you probably just got like 3 copyright strikes there.
God. Anyway.
Trying my best not to launch myself at maximum velocity off of this cliff.
Right off the cliff, you go.
You know, every time I'm in a game, doesn't matter what game it is, I just feel the urge, if I'm on a very tall area, just to launch myself off of the nearest tallest thing.
Do a TNT jump. Oh shit, I missed. Sorry.
Alright.
I mean, you're really sitting here back in 2013.
Well, I should probably take my armor off. Well, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. It lets me know I'm doing well. And hey, if you like it, lets us know that we're doing well. We entertained you. As always, take care.
Have a
Anything
good.
you want to say?
Have a day.
Alright, take care, y'all.